Hi, this is GB Reviews. Today's title for Area 9 is going to be Why Resident Evil 9 Perfected What Resident Evil 6 Failed to Do. Now, back in 2013, people criticized Resident Evil 6 for being too action-focused. Funny thing is, many of those same elements exist in Resident Evil 9. Yet now, they actually work because the horror and pacing are balanced. Before I start talking about the game itself, I just want to say this isn't just a review for RE9. It's also an appreciation for this IP that for 30 years straight kept delivering great memorable Resident Evil games, except Resident Evil 6. That one was a mistake. Let's talk about the atmosphere first. Now, the atmosphere and the map design are some of the best I've seen so far. The environment is very detailed and I never really felt lost. Each section of the daycare area feels distinct and designed in a way that's easy to remember. The map itself is great, but honestly I didn't need to open it all the time because the level design guides you really well. The whole care center area is pure agony in torture. Sometimes I actually felt sorry for the people there when they were talking to themselves. Even that big monster, the girl, and the big fat monster that stalks you. The more I played, the more I discovered about them, and I actually started feeling sorry for them, unlike other games where I just can't wait to kill them. The crafting system with blood doesn't really make sense at first, but once I understand how it works, it actually became a game changer. Grace's sections were sometimes predictable, but I was never bored, and the monster never felt annoying or constantly scripted like Resident Evil 3, the remake. It felt balanced. Grace as a character feels believable and likable. I think Angela did a fantastic job with the performance. Every breath she makes, especially when she's hurt or scared, feels stressful in a good way. Honestly, for that alone, she deserves to be nominated for the best performance at the Game Awards. Let's talk about the shooting. The shooting also feels realistic. For someone like her whole section is intense almost all the time. The puzzles are great too, but also easy. And they never felt forced into the game just for the sake of having puzzles. The horror sequences reminded me a lot of Amnesia the Bunker, which I played 3 times last year. Sometimes I really felt Capcom could have added more variety to hiding spots though. For example, hiding inside rooms, under big desks, under table, maybe under beds like in other horror games. Those little things could have elevated the horror even more. The zombies. Let's talk about the zombies and how creative they are. In each section, they feel different and never repetitive. And don't think you can just wipe out every zombie and just walk freely afterwards. Ammunition is scarce and zombies even have second phase. And the second phase is worse than the first one. They're basically unkillable, unless you have bullets in your Requiem revolver or your Leon. Without spoiling anything, Grace's section was great and well balanced. Now let's talk about the big boy, Leon S. Kennedy. I have to talk about him separately because Leon is to me a very special protagonist in the series. I've been playing Resident Evil since the original PlayStation 1 games. So seeing his character grow over time is actually amazing. When you first see Leon in Resident Evil 2, he's just a rookie cop. He doesn't know anything. Then you play Resident Evil 4 or the remake, and now Leon can kick, parry, and do all kinds of cool stuff. But in RE9, Leon in his 40s now, 50, 49. And even better than Resident Evil 4. That honestly blew my mind. It shows how much respect Capcom has for this character, and now how well they develop him over time. From 2005 to the Resident Evil 4 remake, and now 2026 with Resident Evil 9, Leon has evolved a lot. The way he talks, the way he reacts, and the way he deals with zombies. Everything feels like a natural progression of the character. I even noticed something interesting in Resident Evil 2. Mr. X took Leon a long time to deal with, but in RE9, Leon used to this kind of threat now, and it didn't take long. That fight moment felt unique and will probably stay in my head for years. Going back to Raccoon City brought a lot of memories to me as a fan. I actually felt emotional during those moments. And the action set pieces in the whole game, especially Leon's part, honestly, some of them are better than Call of Duty. Yes, better than Call of Duty. COD doesn't even know how to make good action sequences anymore. Now let's talk about the problems and then we'll end this. Sending Grace alone with no backup, knowing there are dead bodies and multiple cases already there, is just bad decision making. And I didn't like this decision. Also, collecting blood to craft bullets and Molotov cocktails just doesn't make sense. I can't lie to myself about it. Back in 2013, everyone hated RE6, including me. The reason was simple. It focused way too much on action and almost completely forgot the horror. Resident Evil 9 has big action sequences too, but never forgets the tension and the survival elements that make Resident Evil special. 3. Leon also has a new mechanic where killing zombies give you extra points. It reminds me a lot of the mercenary mode from Resident Evil 4. I might be wrong, but that's the vibe I get. But because the game has Grace and Leon, it balanced everything really well. That dual protagonist structure works. Now let's talk about the final score. Giving us 2 protagonists is a huge one. Resident Evil 6 had it too. Now in my humble opinion, Capcom really perfected that system here in Resident Evil 9. I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10. Not because it's boring or bad. It's neither. It just didn't reach that perfect score for me. And honestly, I probably a little biased because I'm already planning to platinum the game. Which means I clearly love it. And I do love it.